say that a model is a perfect model that can give a perfect prediction.
Awesome. So I think I got the gist of the question. That's actually yes. In the modeling framework, yes, there are things that we do put in there to determine whether your model and however with some limitations. Now, there are things that we do as mathematical modelers that we say before we can accept a model. Number one, that model, you must ensure that the mathematical solutions that you produce are what we call bounded. By bounded, we simply mean the solutions do not spiral out of control, or they should only belong to a specific region. They shouldn't exceed or they shouldn't move out of a specific boundary. So under those circumstances, we know that if we are dealing with a disease, we know that the solutions do not reflect what we don't want, but they reflect what is within the limits of what we are looking at. Then the second thing that we also try to do in order to show that the modeling framework is okay is to actually say if we are dealing with state variables, by state variables I mean those S's and the E's and the I's that I was putting there, we must prove mathematically that over your modeling time that you have set, do these state variables remain positive? Otherwise, if you just do any modeling thing without verifying those things, you might actually be working with a model that is not that robust in a way. So there are those particular things that influence certainly whether we should accept a model or whether we shouldn't. Now, maybe let me shock you a bit. The shock that I'm going to give you is, in mathematical modeling, we always say all models are wrong, but however some are useful. Maybe let me just summarize it that way. I often give this as an example. If all of us here would go out to the restrooms, you will never get lost by simply looking at each other. That's the model. I'm designing for purposes of identifying people. So using those kind of models as physical models, we definitely know that they are actually helpful in shaping what we want. But in essence, when you look at that particular model, some people draw them differently, but they still mean exactly the same. So we don't have what we call a really, really correct model, but we simply say a model is correct to as far as the question it is answering, because every model is formulated with a question in mind. So with that question, we always ask ourselves, is your model able to answer that specific question? So this is what usually differentiates model. Because every model is set with a specific question in mind. So even for those that are young researchers here, you need to also understand that the question of interest is an important thing at each and every instance, because that influences the model robustness, the model structure, every other thing that relates to the model is actually driven by the question itself that needs to be answered. But certainly I understand what you're saying, that in life sciences, you always have those things where you look at, is this particular process something that is acceptable within this? So in modeling, yes, we do exactly the same.
Thank you very much, Prof, for your time.
Pleasure.
For your very captivating presentation and for response to our concerns. Thank you very much. We are very grateful. We applaud you. Have a very good day.
for the opportunity to have us talk to each other. For me, this is actually something that is good. I know I'm not in a tie, but I'm in the comfort of some room. I was told with what is happening in Nairobi, stay in there. So I'm still in here. Tuesday, I have not. Some other time. Hopefully, that other time I will actually walk on the streets of your campus. May God bless you and thank you so much for the invitation. Have a blessed day further and enjoy your conference. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your stay in Kenya. It's a wonderful country. Despite the small things that have been there, I think now the city is calm. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, those are guest speakers. The first one was Professor Andala, CEO of NRF, National Research Fund. And our second guest speaker is the one who was just concluded, Professor Andai, Professor of Mathematics from the University of Johannesburg, South Africa. We continue with our presentations. The next one I'm 30, still ready? You can go 14. Yeah, I can go 14, health break, and then maybe about 20 minutes, and then we resume for more presentations. Thank you. Enjoy your tea and the snack.